Koto, lovely subscribers and maybe first time visitors and wannabe subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, well, that's easy to fix and it doesn't cost anything, so please subscribe. Now you'll notice I'm in my mobile studio, namely a car, and the sun has set, so it will get quite dark quite soon, but hopefully that'll be quite nice to just watch the skies changing. I'll give you a quick whiz round of the view because it's rather nice. So this is a channel about retroactive jealousy that doesn't always talk about retroactive jealousy. In fact, we probably talk more about other things than we do retroactive jealousy, although we've nearly got 200 retroactive jealousy videos on the channel and you can find those in our playlist. But we are all about retroactive jealousy. Our raison d'etre is my French pronunciation needs a bit of work, is about getting information out to people that suffer with this horrible condition that very few people know about. And once you get some information about it, you are no longer alone. You're no longer suffering unnecessarily. It doesn't mean you're out of the woods, doesn't mean that you're cured, but having a little bit of information and knowing that it's a thing and you're not on your own can save lives, literally in some cases. So that's our purpose. And I'm a psychotherapist and I run and supervise and train a team of retroactive jealousy clinicians, counsellors and psychotherapists who, along with me, provide online counselling and coaching for sufferers of retroactive jealousy and their families all over the world. That's the great thing about online stuff. It's interesting, I was reluctant initially to do online psychotherapy, preferring face-to-face, but actually having done it, I find it works absolutely fine. There's no problems with it. It's just as good as face-to-face. So that's what we do. And depending on where somebody is in the world, I put them in touch with a therapist that covers their international time zone. So we have a small team, a really good team. We've got some fantastic people. But I want to grow the team, and the reason I want to grow the team, well, I need to grow the team anyway, but that can happen, there's no great rush to grow the team. That can kind of evolve fairly organically. But it occurred to me the other day, by the way, if you don't know what retroactive jealousy is, check out the video on it. So the video why you've never heard of retroactive jealousy is a good one to start with, and they're all in a playlist. So, but essentially, in a nutshell, retroactive jealousy is where people suffer from distress based on their partner's sexual and or romantic history. It's not necessarily even jealousy. Sometimes it's more disgust, and essentially it's an anxiety disorder. It's generally part of an OCD presentation, and I used to have it, and I overcame it, and now I specialize in helping other people and in training therapists to help other people in getting over retroactive jealousy. So why am I recruiting more people, or wanted to recruit more people? So this is a bit of a job ad as well as anything, this video, and please share this if you, or tell it, or let anybody know if you can think of anybody that might be able to help us. I'm looking for somebody who is bilingual, with English being one of those languages. Okay, and the reason being, like I said, I had a bit of an epiphany at Tiffany's the other day. I thought, well, there's only a handful of people specialise in this in the whole world. Okay, very few, and a lot of the people that are helping aren't actually qualified clinicians. So if you look at the actual qualified psychotherapists or psychologists or counsellors that are helping people with retroactive jealousy, there's even fewer of them, and we're all English speaking. So we're actually ultimately excluding a huge demographic, a huge proportion of people. And this came up with somebody approached me who wants help but doesn't speak English as a first language. Have a little bit of English, enough to be able to send very basic emails, but not enough English to be able to engage meaningfully in therapy. So I thought, well, we need somebody bilingual. So so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people who, so English needs to be one of your languages. It doesn't need to be your first language. It can be your second language. That's fine, as long as your English is good enough for me to give you training, and for us to be able to understand one another. That's good enough for me. And it doesn't matter what the other language is, because unless it's kind of some really obscure language that only 3 people speak, then maybe it might not be, maybe if you speak Cornish as your other language, that might not be that helpful. Not that I'm anti-Cornish. I've actually realised recently that I'm of Cornish ancestry, and I've always loved Cornwall. So but the Cornish language isn't really spoken by a lot of people. So, but generally speaking, I mean, I only speak English properly, really. I've got a reasonable retention of my kind of school time French, and I can say about 3 phrases in German, and I'm learning Te Reo Maori, the Maori language, but that's still very rudimentary. I've got a good vocabulary. I know lots of words, but not very good on grammar and things like that. So are you a therapist? And I need you to be a good therapist as well, because we're an excellent team and we want to provide excellent therapy. You need to be teachable, because there's a particular approach to this and there's things that you need to know. I don't want somebody that kind of comes into it thinking, oh, this is easy, I know about all this already. So you need to be teachable, you need to be a good therapist, you need to be bilingual with English as one of your languages, and the English just needs to be good enough. It doesn't need to be brilliant, okay, just enough to communicate and to be able to understand the training. And that's what I'm looking for, okay. So what we do, I suppose, just to clarify, I suppose we do 2 things really. We do the free stuff, and we do the stuff from which we earn our living and pay the bills. So the therapy is stuff that we charge for and we earn our living, and then we do a whole bunch of free stuff, and then we do some stuff that's kind of in between, really. So I've got a Patreon channel which has got certain self-help techniques for retroactive jealousy and guidance on there. Some of that guidance isn't available on the YouTube. Some of it's kind of more specialist stuff. So for example, people with retroactive jealousy often, there's a whole bunch of runners coming past, often experience what we call mental movies. In their head, they can see their partner often, making love with exes, or acting out things that they've told them about, which bug them. So maybe often it's things like a threesome or something like that, and they'll actually see in their head, they'll see a kind of a very vivid, moving mental image of their partner doing this threesome, and it will drive them nuts because it will play and replay in their heads. So that's something, there's a technique that works on this brilliantly, takes it away very rapidly, and all our therapists in the team, they're all trained in that technique. But we've also got a self-help version of that, and that's in the Patreon. So the Patreon, and to join the Patreon, all you got to do is it's $1. So you sign up, as a monthly subscription. So it's $1 American dollar. So we generally speaking, we give the most essential stuff we give out, and masses of stuff we give out for free. But the Patreon, we just want you to to give us that a little bit to just help us pay the bills. So and you can actually sign on to Patreon, just make one payment and then you can sign off. You don't have to stay subscribing, so you can get access to that self-help video and that technique. So so we've got 3 elements really. One is paying the bills and the therapy that we do, and I do therapy for other things as well. That I've got another bunch of specialisms, but one of them is the retroactive jealousy, and therapy is how we earn our living, how we put food on the table for us, and then there's all the free information that we push and try and get out there. And that's why I make a lot of videos about other stuff that's not retroactive jealousy, because this is the thing: if you have a YouTube channel, You have to keep putting content on there, otherwise it kind of dries up and it doesn't work as a YouTube channel. And I don't want to just keep trotting out retroactive jealousy stuff that I've covered already, or just trying to kind of scrape the barrel to think of something to say about retroactive jealousy. When I do a video on retroactive jealousy, I want it to be useful, I want it to say something, I want it to, you know, be significant and helpful. So I'm not just going to trot out, you know, like some channels might do, a retroactive jealousy video every week and really, you know, make an effort to think, oh god, what am I going to talk about this week for retroactive jealousy video. I'll make videos about all sorts of things. A lot of the stuff is psychology based or psychotherapy based or relationship based, but some of it's not, you know, some of it's just pictures of weird weather phenomena, and then, you know, or things that I come across in my daily life. But that's why we do it. That's how this channel rocks. So if you wondered, you know, why that is the reason. So please help us if you can. If you are interested yourself, get in touch. You can approach us through the comments, or you can approach us through our website, which is retract.com. That's RETR-ACT.com. As a contact us form on the website. And if you know of anyone, it might not be you, but you might know somebody that's a bilingual therapist. So hypnotherapy is the other thing. I mean, I do hypnotherapy. I'm the only hypnotherapist. I'm a psychotherapist and a hypnotherapist. I do hypnotherapy as well as psychotherapy and coaching on as part of the retroactive jealousy service. I'm the only one in the team that does that. If you're a bilingual hypnotherapist, then we'd be interested. I don't think hypnotherapy is a primary treatment for retroactive jealousy. I think it's a secondary treatment. So I only ever give hypnotherapy to people if they're already working some kind of program for their retroactive jealousy. It doesn't necessarily have to be that they're in therapy, but they have to be working a daily recovery program and using techniques to get them well. And then the hypnotherapy is a booster. So hypnotherapy is not a standalone. But yeah, if you're a hypnotherapist that's bilingual, you can still talk to us. So please share this video if you can. That's a great way to get it out there. We need to go to the, you know, what is it, the kind of malapropism, the four corners of the globe. I wanted to get this video out, you know, really widely. So, you know, if you are not part of the English speaking world, and if you can share it, that would be fantastic, because that's where we need to get this message out there to. And I'm hoping we get some really good people. I don't want millions of people, I want good people, but you have to cast the net widely first. So thank you for listening, and if you want to join our Patreon anyway, whether you want that technique or not, that would be really appreciated, because that helps us do what we do. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you can hit the like button and do all those nice lovely things, leave us a nice comment and watch another one of our videos, all very much appreciated. So thank you again. Have a great day, and as the day draws to an end, we say a farewell and Rangimarie.